Representative Deal, you've praised the Republican passed tax cuts as a boost to the Massachusetts economy. The law also swelled the national deficit by $113 billion. Do deficits matter?
They do, big time. First of all, Massachusetts is enjoying record unemployment. We are down below the national average of, I believe, 3.6%, which is the lowest it's been in 50 years. We have seen GDP recently at, I believe, over 3.3%, following a 4.1% GDP, so the best back-to-back quarters in I don't know if it was a decade or something like that. But the fact of the matter is more people in Massachusetts are making money. They are having wage increases, and that is translated into Beacon Hill taking in over $1.2 billion in unanticipated tax revenue because of all the people out there working. Companies have been able to reinvest. But Republicans and Democrats share in the blame down in Washington of spending more than we take in. My wife and I own a small business. We put our life savings into it to start it. We've been at it for about 17 years, and we never would have made it if we followed Congress' model of spending more than we took in. But we, you know, as a country, I think have to look at what we're spending as well as what we're taking in. But we are taking in record tax revenue in Washington as well.
Senator Warren, what have you done to create jobs here in Massachusetts?
Well, the main thing that I've done to create jobs is try to help make the investment right here in Massachusetts in working families. And I'll give you some examples around that. I've helped with the investments in infrastructure. Everything from the big projects like dredging Boston Harbor to the 7 bridges out in Lowell, to the seawalls in Scituate, to more than $100 million in grants for our firefighters for safety equipment. That's money that goes right into our economy here in Massachusetts. A second way I've done it is a year ago when Donald Trump announced his first budget, he said he was going to cut investment in medical research by $1.4 billion. That hits us really hard in Massachusetts because we do a lot of that work. I thought, man, that is it. I rounded up a bunch of senators and we pushed back. And what ended up was not only did they roll back that cut, we ended up with $2 billion in additional money invested in medical research right here in Massachusetts. Those are the kinds of things that help produce jobs right here in Massachusetts. The third thing that I've worked on generally has been in the area of education. I've managed to help 4,500 young people here in Massachusetts get rid of their student loan debt when they got cheated by for-profit colleges. That helps them go to work, it helps them go to school without being crushed by student loans.
Representative Deal, do you have anything else you'd like to add at this topic?
Sure. Well, look, first of all, you know, my wife and I created a few jobs of our own with our small business. But at the same time, I've been in the legislature for 8 years. We've had job creation bills, which I think have helped. But one of the big things I did was when we led the gas tax ballot question in 2014, we saved taxpayers $2 billion with that. And when I say taxpayers, I mean individuals, families, but also we saved businesses a lot of money, businesses that deal with transportation. Over time, I'm sure that the tax reduction on your gas tax, the accountability involved, helped create jobs as well.